So in areas up like here, I'm going to be sanding that again, so it doesn't have to be super duper smooth now. However, down in areas such as that, I'm not going to be able to sand down there, so I've got to get them smooth now. I also have, that I might just employ right now, some of these silicone shapers. Don't get that wet so nothing sticks to it, because I want that to glide right over top of that. That's a little too flimsy for this operation. So, welcome back to the X Lounge. Today we have an update on the 2257 Chevy. As you can see, it's been given a coat of primer. The last we talked, I had glued. I was putting. What was I doing? Oh, I was filling in the cracks with the milliput, and I ran out of space on the card, or the battery went dead on the camera or something. Anyhow, I had to continue because I'd already mixed up the milliput. So that's in place. I filled up all the way to the edge, and I went back later and sanded that flush-ish and gave it a coat of primer. As you can see, a lot of times when you're doing a project like this, you've got different colors, such as we had tan and white and gray. It's hard to separate yourself from it being just a collection of pieces into a cohesive unit. So here's what we've got. I covered up the ends with some masking tape to keep a bunch of paint from getting in there on my delicate fins. As we can see, we got some work to do there. I gotta duplicate that radius. I've got to duplicate this radius here all the way down. I've got to continue this trim all the way down to there. I've got to smooth this area out and make it blend in with the angles of the hood there. And oh, see this? That line right there, that marked the middle where I needed to put that piece. That is just a Sharpie marker. Notice how it is bled through the paint there. It's going to do this on pretty much any paint. For whatever reason, it'll always bleed through. So get in there with some rubbing alcohol and wipe off all of your Sharpie marks. Otherwise, you're going to see them again later, and you'll have a heck of a time trying to cover that up later. So I'm going to have to cut down through the primer and wipe that up. Rubbing alcohol will do it. It's no big deal. So you can see on this side where this trim here needs to be continued on. The old door panel lines are almost gone. I'll have to scribe new ones up here and probably right about there. Everything's looking pretty good up here. Still needs a little bit of sanding where where those seams are. I really like the look of that stubby little hood, and I'm thinking on another one I'm actually going to bring the front all the way up. Heck, you know what? Let me refocus this down here. See how this is flat? I could cut it here. I could cut it right there, right where that dip, right where it starts to deviate down into that dip. Cut it right there, and move all that forward to probably right about there. And that's where the end of the fin would be. And of course the the wheel well would be up in, that might not look cool at all actually. I guess it had a fender skirt. I don't know. Anyhow, that's a goofy idea for a later project perhaps. So that's where that's at. Everything else is still the same. I'm going to get cracking on probably doing that radius. Probably going to do that with milliput. So that's what's next. And with the magic of television, we'll be right back with probably that completed.
Party!